Hello, guys. Hope you're having an awesome day. I'm just going to get myself situated here. So, what do most people get wrong about meditation? So, I hear this I've heard this before. I hear this as a sort of negative, I guess, or from a challenge from people when we talk about meditation. And that is that I can't stay still, or I can't stop thinking, or I can't keep my mind from thinking, right? So a lot of people think that when you meditate means that you gotta stop thinking, right? And that's not true, because guess what? If you focus on stopping to think, that you're gonna think, right? So we think that there's a right and a wrong way of doing meditation. So I've been meditating for quite a long time, and it's actually a tool that has helped me a lot, tremendously. My mind used to be all over the place. I used to be always either in the past and thinking about the past, or thinking about the future and what's going to happen in the future. I had a really, really hard time being in the present moment now, right? And truth is that neither the past nor the future exist. So the only time that exists is the present moment. And a lot of us, when we spend our time in here, we miss out on the joys, we miss out on the beauty, on everything that's happening in the present moment. We miss out on the spending quality time with the loved ones, or being fully present, or fully enjoying what life has to offer and the beauty of things. And if we're constantly in our heads about things, like I used to be, and always just overthink everything, then we miss out, and we miss out on the opportunities that may be right there, but we're not seeing them because we're too much in here, up there, right? So there's not really a right or wrong way of doing meditation, and it doesn't mean that you stop your mind from thinking, okay? Because try this. If I tell you, don't think of a pink elephant, what are you going to think of? You're probably going to think of exactly that, right? The pink elephant, right? So it doesn't work by thinking that to not think, right? Instead, all that meditation is a practice of awareness, and it's creating awareness of the present moment. And it's simply, let's say, focusing on your breath, and then instead of constantly identifying with our thoughts or with our feelings that we tend to do, it's detaching from that and simply observing. So taking an observer stance from yourself and just observing what comes up. Kind of like I like to use an analogy of watching a sky and the clouds that go by on the sky, right? So you watch them come and go, So in the same way, you observe, let's say, your breathing, and you notice the thoughts that come up. You don't try and stop them, but you just simply notice what happens, and then you let them go. And the more you do this, the better you get at it. It's like a muscle. The more you do this and you train your awareness, the better you become at being in that awareness and not getting yourself carried away with those thoughts. But really, there's not right or wrong way of doing it, and meditation can be done while you do any kind of activity. It doesn't even mean that you have to sit there and just and close your eyes and this is it, and you don't do anything. You can meditate while washing dishes, you can meditate while walking on the street, you can meditate while you do something, while you drive your car, for example, by simply being present in that moment, right? By being in your body and, let's say, watching your breath, right? So you're in that present moment. And The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle is a great book that really had a huge impact on me. I used to, because of all the overthinking and all the energy I spent in my mind, I developed a lot of anxiety, and I developed a lot of quite like a very anxious and very overactive mind. And that book really helped me to realize the power of the present moment and how to be able to actually be present in every single second. And you can develop that awareness by simply, when you wash dishes, focusing on the action of washing dishes, focusing on the feeling of the water, right, touching your hands, and really focusing on every little sensation and that particular moment, right? And the more you practice that, no matter what is it that you're doing, the more you'll be able to then be in your body and be in the present. And like that, you are tuned into you're tuned into your intuition, you're tuned into how different situations, different people make you feel in your body. Because your intuition and your spirit lives in your body. It's not in your head, it's not in your mind. So the more we can get away from here into our heart, into our stomach, right? The more we can feel our way through life. That's our guidance, that's our compass. The easier it'll be to navigate, and the easier it'll be to make the right decisions without overthinking things too much in here, right? And again, it can start with very simple habits. It can start with very simple habits by observing your breath, by focusing on, while you're doing anything else, such as driving your car, or, check in with yourself. Okay, am I like thinking of something else while you're cooking, while you're eating, right? Is your mind there? Are you fully focused on the task in hand that you're doing? Or, are you thinking of other things and planning your next to-do list, or you're planning tomorrow, or you're wondering about the past, right? Because none of that's useful. None of that is useful. The best thing you can do for yourself is to bring that focus back into what you're doing. And it starts with simply that. It starts with that simple awareness. And watch when you start, because when you're present, you cannot experience really any regret. You cannot experience any kind of like overwhelm or overthinking. You're simply enjoying the present moment, and you really start to unlock a whole new flow of joy and happiness of simply living, which we often miss out on when we're so busy in our heads, when we're so busy thinking so much about everything, right? You actually find this like childlike wonder and childlike happiness that simply comes from being alive, right? And because we often tend to overcomplicate things, but joy, and I used to be quite an unhappy person. I used to always worry and worry and worry and worry. And man, when I started doing that and really started to practice, being present, I just unlocked a whole new level of just finding joy, enjoying life, and enjoying everything that surrounds me, enjoying nature. Because there's so much, right? And it's all found in the little things. But we often overlook them because we're just too stuck up here. And so that's why, meditation for me personally was a powerful tool that helped me go back in my body and then get rid and dissolve all these thoughts and all these worries that didn't really serve me any good, that kept me stuck in a vibration and stuck in a frequency of just low and of misery and worry and regret, right? So that's it. I hope this helps you guys. I hope this makes sense. Again, don't be discouraged. Start with whatever works for you. Start small. Start with 1 or 2 minutes a day of developing that awareness, and then build from there. Again, there's no right or wrong way of doing it. And the more you do it and you develop that muscle, the easier it'll be for you to be present in the moment, and the more magic you can unfold in your day-to-day life. Love you. Have a good day.